So let's go deep dive.
Yeah,
go
let's
into
do
it.
it.
So we'll start with the Packers offense versus the Chiefs D. If I had to do a headline for this one, I would say running errands, because it was a couple running errands,
right.
Scrambling Aaron Rodgers, and then Aaron Jones, who had 67 yards rushing, 159 yards receiving, and 2 touchdowns for him. People thought this game was going to be maybe more of a blowout. Chiefs defense has not been world beaters by any means. Has been a little more aggressive lately, which has been good to see.
Yes.
So it took a while for that Packers offense to kick into gear, but you did the deep dive on the Packers, though, and Aaron Rodgers. What'd you see?
Well, okay. I think the big thing is, Rodgers was phenomenal. My biggest overarching theme is I like what I'm seeing from the Chiefs defense. And I know people out there are going to go, what? They let up 31 points. And, okay, it's better than what we've seen in other weeks. That's all I'll say. It's 374 yards of total offense. That's not egregious. I know that's not perfect, but they made life hard on Green Bay last night. And it isn't Aaron Rodgers, number 12, a quarterback. That game's there to be had. They're going to pull it off. But number 12 just pulled it off with some of his great audibles, some of his, whether it was the flip into the end zone in the back corner, or it was the first drive of the game and he's getting sacked and he throws the ball 50 yards down the field as he's falling to the ground and the guy catches it to put them on the 10-yard line. Again, those are the Chiefs D coordinator, he won the play, against the Packers offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
But the Packers offensive coordinator is like, I have Aaron Rodgers, and he trumps your defense, so eat that.
Makes me very smart.
Yeah, that's really it.
Well, there's a graphic on that, too, because you've talked about this on the podcast.
Okay.
So I think we have the numbers for it. Weeks 1 through 6, this is the pressures and the blitz for the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 1 through 6, they were 20th in blitz rank in the NFL, 18th in pressure rank. And then they listened to Simms Unbuttoned before week 7, and they're now 8th in those 2 weeks in blitz percentage and 6th in pressure percentage. So they exactly like you said, and it seems like they've embraced it now. We don't have a good defense, not great, right? We have a great offense, elite offense, even without Patrick Mahomes. We can score some points. So let's try to make stuff happen, especially against one of the best quarterbacks ever to play the game.
Yes, they're disguising, they're blitzing, they're giving a lot of different looks, they're doing a lot of creative things. And you saw Aaron Rodgers at times, trying to get out of plays at the line of scrimmage. He's telling people to do this because he knows, gosh, the play we called and what they're going to do to us is going to screw us over here. We got to change it. All of that. That was part of why they won, too. If you didn't have a really experienced quarterback who knew how to get in and out of certain plays against certain defenses, you're not going to win last night. Spagnuolo he's great right now. What he's doing. It's a total curveball from what they were the first 6 weeks of the year. And they're, they do have the ability, and they matched up very well, first off, with the Packers man-to-man. That was an issue. The Packers could not separate man-to-man. The only guy that really separated was Aaron Jones and the running backs on a few plays.
Yeah.
Other than that, for the most part.
You got no Devontae Adams still.
No, they need him back. I think that was really glaring last night to me more than anything. When I watched the film, I just went, wow, it's glue all over the field. And the Chiefs' defense is not going into the Hall of Fame or the Legion of Boom or anything like that as far as their secondary, but they were all over them. So I think that is a little scary. I will say this just from, like I said, I love what Spagnuolo did and all the blitzes and creativities, doubled some people in certain situations, doubled Jimmy Graham and the slot receiver on the other side and some third downs, all of that. They do it in a sound way. Okay, that's the other thing, too. There's one thing to be creative, but if, you're being creative and, voiding an area of the field where I go, whoa, that's, stupid, that's, not good. I want to see creative, yet you're being sound, and it makes sense. And I'm seeing that. And, I'll say this from the Packers standpoint. I do think they got away from what they have made them a little bit. They got into the shotgun fest a little there for a while, where it was like old Green Bay, hey, Aaron, just save us and get us to the right play. And if it's not the right play, make it happen and make it the right play anyways.
That might have been Aaron calling.
Well, it could have. It could have. Well, I do think that at certain times they need to make sure there's a certain personnel set on the field to where he doesn't get that freedom to just go, let me get in the shotgun, everybody get out, and I'll figure it out. What got them there and what will calm down a team like the Chiefs, and when they did this, it showed when they got into 2 tight end sets or 1 tight end, 2 running backs, and now you have to worry about the run fits and the play action pass. They got away from that for a little while and played into the Chiefs' hands where Spag's like, he's in the shotgun, they're going to pass it, and I'm going to show blitz and drop out, or show blitz and we're going to blitz, or, I'm going to do a creative coverage behind it. So it was really a chess match between the two. But I really think it came down to, and I know I hate to say this cop out of a phrase, like it just came down to 12 making a few plays, the great screen at the end of the game. Okay, that was a perfect play call to Aaron Jones to let him run away and score a touchdown. And other than that, I think that's really how I would break it down more than anything. But it was Rodgers' physical ability that helped them out, and I'm encouraged with what I'm seeing from the Chiefs defense.
So the Rodgers play that's on all the highlight reel is the one to Jamal Williams in the back of the end zone, right? Where he's scrambling all around.
Right.
I looked at the play.
Yeah.
I put on my Chris Simms hat.
Yeah.
I don't like it for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't think it's a good play for him.
But you don't think
it was bad?
Well, he's committed that he was throwing the Jimmy Graham.
He did say that, right?
So that's where I give
not
Rodgers.
Not even that part of it.
Right.
So I was like, immediately.
Yes.
So you snap the ball. You got 3 receivers to the left.
Yes.
Within the first second.
Right.
Aaron Jones.
Yes.
Is standing wide open on the goal line with no one around him. He didn't even need to have that highlight reel play. It's kind of like in baseball when the center fielder dives because he slowed down, didn't run for it. He didn't need the highlight reel play. Chris is pulling it up on his lap to see if I'm right or not.
I'm going to pull this up and see what you're talking about.
It wasn't that play right there.
Nope. Let me just see. I'll get to it. I might be at the wrong spot.
So he could have had the easy touchdown, but yet elects to go with this Hall of Fame scrambling play. You see? I think.
No, he could have stuck it on him. There's no question. You're right.
Aaron Jones is wide open. But this is into the play.
But this is what you got to take into account here. So now, just in grading, so Ahmed's not wrong. There's a bunch of receivers, 3 receivers to the left. He's right. Aaron Jones is on the outside of the bunch, and they kind of mess up how they're covering all 3 guys, and he's open right away.
Immediately.
But you got to take into account what's being coached in the play at times here. So, no, see what Rodgers is seeing is a defense end going out and taking Jimmy Graham.
Got it.
So he plays this side first. So he looks over there because he thinks he's going to get the matchup he wants, but the Chiefs don't play man-to-man. They switch it off. So now he kind of comes back, but I don't know if he can't see it or he's just scared because he will play a little conservative at times, especially in these type of situations. He won't take the chance.
So on the other side of the field, there's a defensive end on Jimmy Graham.
Yes,
so,
exactly. And I think that's why he's there. See, you see his eyes there?
Yeah.
See, and then they never really go back to where Aaron Jones is. He makes a little peek at their pass rush because that's what he does too. He just goes, okay, am I good? Can I sit here and keep being Aaron Rodgers and dance in place and make a move? And then he's like, oh, shit, they're bearing down on me. Oh, shit, I got no one to throw it. Oh, I got a 6'8" tight end. Let me throw it up to him. And, I take him at his word too. He said he saw.
Might be a running back there too.
Yeah, he saw him coming, wheeling around. And, Rodgers is one of those guys like Mahomes where a lot of the times I would go, man, that's just lucky. But the fact that they do it 9 out of every 10 times, it's hard to call it luck when it always seems to happen.
I like it again then. Okay, it's a good play again.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Okay,
it's a good play
good.
again.
I like you questioning it, though. Way to
go. One more thing on the Packers offense here that I thought was kind of interesting. And I looked at it last year, 1st and 10. I was like, what do they do on 1st and 10? Because Matt LaFleur came in and they talked about they wanted to establish a run game, take some of the pressure off Aaron Rodgers. I was like, man, it seems like he's throwing quite a bit. But on 1st and 10 this year, they're throwing 51% of the time. Last year is 64% of the time.
There you go.
So they are. They're trying to take, even if they don't always run successfully, they're trying to take some of the pressure off Aaron Rodgers, at least on 1st down. So
yeah, it's making them less predictable, which is creating. I would think they probably have more explosive plays on 1st down this year too. Maybe we'll look that up in the next podcast.
I mean, maybe
because I would think because then it sets up for play action, which they like to do on 1st down. They come out and they gash you on the first play of a drive or something like that because. Yeah, you have seen run on 1st down a lot. So defense goes, okay, let's not let them get to 2nd and 6 here. Let's stop the run. And then they come up with a play action and they dial up something deep down the field.
And they're doing it well too. Running up the middle, they're 5.78 yards per play up the middle, per run up the middle, 3rd best in the NFL.
Yeah, they got away from that last night for a little bit, and they can't forget who they are. I wrote at the end of my notes there. One of the last things I wrote is I like what the Chiefs are doing, and Packers don't forget what you do.
Sure.
And then you're not. This is not. Let's not revert to shotgun Aaron Rodgers carry us all over the field again. Let's not do that. You're at your best when you run the ball and stay balanced.
Can we go over to the Green Bay D and Chiefs? So
we can.
Because here's the thing. I think 7-1 Packers. You look at it and be like, okay, Packers, elite team.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively, there's some potential issues.
There's some issues
there.
Yes.
What did you see on film from the Packers defense? Because here you're going against the Chiefs, though, and Andy Reid, yeah, okay, good, but no Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And Matt Moore looked really good.
Yeah, no, I think, it all stems with the Packers from their interior part of their defense. And I know you've heard me say this a little bit, but hey, this is when this is the first line I wrote in my notes. Signs when your interior D line is no good is when you play a 2-4 defense, which is two down linemen, 4 linebackers, and one of those linebackers is playing 3 technique in the bear front. So they had Za'darius Smith, who's 265 pounds, playing a position that usually a 310-pound man plays. But because the guy that they have there that's 295 or 300 pounds is no good, they just said, well, it, he's no good, so let's put somebody else there, and he can't do much worse. So let's do that. They have issues there. That's where it all stems from. The interior, their linebackers, their D tackles, none of it is all that pretty right now. And it puts their secondary in a little bit of a bind because they have to use those guys a little bit to get down in the run game and help and play more aggressive on that end.
Okay. But, I mean, Za'Darius Smith is handling it.
He is.
Sacks.
He is.
He's got 8 on the year now. He's in that conversation for
phenomenal.
Top defensive players in the league this year.
He did phenomenal at 3 technique. It was Za'Darius, the guy they moved down. He did a really good job every time. One, because there's a little issue still with the left side of the offensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs with Irvin and the kid there, Rankins, they had, who they traded from with the Houston Texans to start the year. But I'll say this. I think there's some positives here for the Chiefs. First of all, Matt Moore did play well. There's no doubt about that.
24 of 36,
yeah.
267 yards, 2 touchdowns for Matt Moore, a quarterback rating over 100.
Yeah, did a lot of good things. Like, I did not come away going, oh my gosh, I mean, he missed a lot of throws, and if he would have hit these throws, they would have won the game.
I mean, it helps when Travis Kelce is wide open on that play, but it was like you said, a Patriots fake end around pitch to Tyreek Hill, and then things open up.
Yeah, well, it's play design, and that's what they kind of did. I mean, the formula for the Chiefs was early on, especially when they kind of started driving the ball and got back to 14-14, it was run the ball, simple passes, and then what I call some Andy Reid specials, like that play there. Fake the toss, fake the reverse to Tyreek Hill, and now, Travis Kelce gets lost in the shuffle, like he's down blocking a part of the line of scrimmage, and he pops out the backside, and Matt Moore made a nice throw. But I think that was encouraging too. And I think it shows that the Chiefs can win games, with more than we got to be in Patrick Mahomes and shotgun and throw it 50 yards down the field every play. Some things that jumped out to me about the game, is for all what the Chiefs do on offense, running the football and getting the two backs, 1 tight end and all of that. The one thing I think they might take away from the film is man, if we run the ball a little bit, there's this whole little other offense we can tap into if we get a fullback and a tailback and Travis Kelce at the traditional tight end place and Tyreek Hill's on one side and Sammy Watkins is on the other. What they lose sometimes is their ability to play the match up football. Oh, we're running the ball. Oh, LaShawn McCoy for 5. LaShawn McCoy for 5. You know what it does? All of a sudden, safety's down. Oh, now it's one-on-one with Hill and Watkins on the outside. And there was some plays where, you could throw some comebacks and some out routes to Tyreek Hill, which will lead to go routes and other things like that.
They need to break one of those runs, though, because their longest rush was 9 yards. I mean, do they still have to have that big play threat? Even if you are giving them 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards, if you don't have the potential for that big strike?
Yes. Yeah. Well, they need the potential of the big strike.
Yeah.
Would I like to see
with Tyreek Hill?
And there was a few shots they took down the field where Moore threw it into double coverage one time with Tyreek Hill down there. Could they have maybe found a few more ways to creatively throw the ball down the field? Sure, but I think Andy Reid did his best, and I think the Packers were very aware of where Tyreek Hill was too. So he wasn't I never looked at the film and went, oh man. Matt Moore, if that was Patrick Mahomes, that was a touchdown.
Right.
No, they kind of played, a little conservative or more conservative in the past game. It certainly wasn't aggressive down the field, but I do think it should open the eyes up for the Chiefs to go, man, we don't need to be in, 3 wide receivers, shotgun every play. We can do some other things to create some big plays.
Packers, the defense will be the issue, giving up 6 yards per play, 23rd in the NFL. Where they have excelled, though, Chris, is in the red zone.
Yeah, they don't let you score touchdowns.
Giving up a touchdown just 50% of the time. That's 8th best in the NFL.
Yep.
And on offense, where they have the 5th time of possession in the
There you go. Well, that's a good
NFL.
formula. That's showing you. So you're not scoring touchdowns. They're eating up clock, and then of course, with Aaron Rodgers, they usually are scoring touchdowns once they start to sniff the red zone in general. The biggest play and the biggest moment of the game, we got to, before we move on.
Yep.
Hey, this game is going to be a shootout. The Chiefs are in the position of power, and LaShawn McCoy fumbles.
Yeah.
And that really kind of swang the momentum and the power of the game back into the Packers' favor. But at that point, they were on their heels and in trouble. But he fumbles, and they have a 5-play, 27-yard drive, touchdown, and they were kind of in control from that point on.
All right, is that it?
Yeah, I think so.
Anything else to get into?
Oh, yeah, the only thing I would say, I think the Packers need to adopt the New England way, okay, on defense. Your D-line ain't going to get it done, so just get over it. Put in linebackers, just like I talked about with the Chiefs for a few weeks. Like, you can't have a quick strike offense and a slow death defense. With the Packers, they're erring a little bit on oh, we're doing this and we're being sound. Okay, yeah, great, you're being sound, but they're still running for 5 yards up the middle every time they run it, or they're still moving the ball. I would like to see them throw out more of their linebackers I'll do the Patriots thing. Linebackers everywhere, standing up. They have the secondary to match up with guys, and Pettine's creative where he has creative zone blitz coverages. I think they can play that a little bit where they put Fackrell and Blake Martinez and Preston Smith and Za'Darius Smith and Rashawn Gary all on the field together and do some creative things up front. I don't think the results will be any worse than in the run game, especially. Yeah. And maybe you confuse some people and create some more plays that way too.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.